I'm not surprised. Are you surprised? Some of you guys in my comments laughed at me when I said this, that the entire process was corrupted. And now it's coming to fruition. It's coming to fruition. I knew from the get-go, when you're dealing with such amount of money, there's got to be corruption from A to Z. And now we're finding out that there's corruption inside Chelsea. An imposter basically wanting the Ricketts family to win the Chelsea takeover bid. Not one bit surprised. Not one bit surprised.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. This is how the world works, unfortunately. Money talks. You think you have a fair shot at something, but you really don't. You really don't. At the end of the day, it was all predetermined. I said it. If you guys have seen some of my videos covering this footage, you know, I've been non-stop with this particular content covering Chelsea takeover bid, shortlist, whatnot. And from the get-go, the way Chelsea got sanctioned, the way it was stripped away from Roman, the way UK government moved, everything about that was corrupted. Every little detail was corrupted. The way all these bidders came forward, we can clearly see Todd Bowley is the outright winner here. Talks about the fans well, talks about his plans, he talks about a quick takeover, he talks about all the different strategies he's going to have to make Chelsea sustainable. And now we have Ricketts family who are quite certainly going to win this. I get the feeling, and I've said this for the past couple of videos and for the past couple of weeks since we've been covering this. Their PR is so strong. They're so close. They're like this. They're brothers with the Raine group. Raine group are the ones that are controlling this transaction. And from the get-go, when it was discovered that they are the ones, you know, who have a business venture with the Ricketts, the whole thing is flawed. It's conflict of interest. It's like, say, you and me, we're mates, good mates. We do business together. Now, I have a proposition that I'm looking after and you're interested. I don't know the other bidders. Oh, you think I'm going to be all, justiceful, if that's even one word. I'm going to be all fair. I know you. I want to give it to you. Yeah, I'll just put up a facade that, yeah, there's a selection process going on. There's no selection process. The thing with the Ricketts is they got into the mess because the Chelsea fan base, led by CFC Daily in Twitter, who's found all this information online. And it's not just the Ricketts family, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not just his son, Joe Ricketts. Sorry, it's not just Joe Ricketts. It's his son as well, Todd Ricketts, who's got history of racism. Just search it up. Talks poorly about the disease and the Asians. Joe Ricketts, we already know. Look at, and take racism aside. Look at the way they're running Chicago Cubs. Running it all the way to the ground. But that was their strategy, to run it all the way to the ground and now sell it to the highest bidder. You think Ken Griffin, who's involved, who's got the money, he's the one who's bringing the money in this whole Ricketts family scenario. This is why they're pushing hard, because they're loaded. They're more loaded than Todd Bowley. They can come in, pay the cash, and take over Chelsea Football Club as well. But they're taking it over for all the wrong reasons. I'm telling you right now, it's bad vibes. Read up everything online about how they purchased Cubs and what their plan was. Tax evasions, sell off all the big assets, and then put it up for sale. It's all about profitability. This is not a game for them. This is not about let's buy a football club. Let's build a community the way Todd Bowley talks about fans, win, make the club sustainable. No. They see themselves having a great opportunity with a great brand like Chelsea Football Club, buy it for about 3 billion or whatever the case is, and then maybe sell it for 5-6 billion down the track. Do you think there won't be suitors? 100% there would be. This time around, the Koreans and Saudis didn't make it into the shortlist. When they put it up for grab, I'm telling you, they'll open up the gates for every billionaire out there. But that won't happen until they absolutely run Chelsea football club down the ground. As I said, sell off all the assets. It's bad vibes. It's bad vibes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Buck, this is the breaking news. Bruce Buck, inside job, facilitating meetings with Paul Cannavale. Yesterday, when I did the video about Paul Cannavale, that particular meeting was facilitated by Bruce Buck, and there's words there out there at the moment, and I completely believe it, that Bruce Buck prefers the Ricketts family. Surprise, surprise, another American. I said this. Isn't it funny that only Americans and UK-based ventures, consortiums, made it to the shortlist? It's crazy. You got an imposter inside. Not only you've got Raine Group that's running the whole show, the transaction, sorting out the bidders who are connected with the Ricketts family. Now you got Bruce Buck in the inside, and apparently Chelsea are the ones who are going to make the final decision. This is what you guys have been saying to me as well, right? Chelsea Football Club, Marina, Roman, Bruce Buck, they're the ones who are going to make the decision. Well, Bruce Buck already wants Ricketts. Some of the other bidders, they're very upset about the whole preferential treatment that Ricketts are getting. You can tell this was all pre-planned. You can tell it was all pre-planned. Let's have a look at some of the latest news, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about protests that is getting organized, and I want to touch base on that. Sources close to the bids believe Raine wants to sell Chelsea to the Ricketts family. This is how the day started, ladies and gentlemen. Started off with this particular article from The Athletic. Sources close to the rival bids believe Raine wants to sell Chelsea to the Ricketts family. Despite staggering wealth, everything in his professional history indicates Ken Griffin will only spend on Chelsea what he believes he'll get back in the long run. And they're not here for football, man. They're really not here for football. Exclusive. Rival groups bidding for Chelsea are angry at why they see as preferential treatment being shown by the club towards the Ricketts family. One of the shortlisted consortiums fears that the rules of the process have been breached. What have I been saying? This is what I've been saying for the past couple of weeks covering this. The whole thing is compromised. It was never legitimate. The way it was taken away from Roman, the way we got sanctioned, the way Raine Group are looking at it, you might say, oh, but Roman's the one who chose Raine Group. How do we know that's the case? In all this time, Roman hasn't been in charge of anything. We can't even sell tickets. We can't even sell merchandise. You think Roman's the one who selected the Raine Group? I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. But why is the Raine Group acting on its own? If they've been selected by Roman, why are they going around selecting Ricketts when they clearly see in the social media fans are mad? There's a hashtag that has been trending for days and days against the Ricketts family. How are they even in the shortlist? That in itself is corruption at its finest. Some around the sale process have felt for a while that Chairman Bruce Buck has been advocating for the Ricketts. There you go, Liam Toon. Imposter within us, Bruce Buck, wanting the Ricketts. I knew they wanted the Ricketts from the get-go, because the clear-cut winner is Todd Bowley, but I knew they wanted Ricketts. One of the bidders to purchase Chelsea who did not make it into the final shortlist told Telegraph Sport, maybe it was decided from the start that the Ricketts family should win. Is the whole bidding process a show? There you go, coming from Mallow. I'm not one bit surprised if this is the case. I still don't know the legitimate reasons behind why the Saudis didn't make it, why the Koreans didn't make it. Saudis, they gave a reason that it was all debt financing. BS. The Saudi correspondents, the people that are involved in the Saudi consortium, they're like, we don't know why we got knocked out. Debt financing? Are you kidding me? Who cares if it's debt financing? Who cares? Who cares? Why are you so interested about cash? I know why you're interested about cash. I know why you want cash. I know why you want cash. Because it can't be detected. You want to give some things to the UK government. You want to have some for the Raine group. You want to all distribute all this cash to yourselves. I know why you want cash. This was funny, ladies and gentlemen. Worldwide Charles calls Raine. Worldwide, a shout out to Worldwide Charles, ladies and gentlemen. Please subscribe to him, follow him on Twitter as well. He actually, on his stream live, called up the Raine group and asked who's looking after the Chelsea transaction. And the person that picked up actually said no comment. I mean, this is quite mad. Do check that out. This was a recent stream. Bruce Buck comes under fire from fans. John Terry is in talks with two bidders over 10% stake, and rival bidders are angry at so-called preferential treatment towards the Ricketts family. It's just another day at Chelsea. Look, the protest needs to happen now. I think it should have started a while back, but now it needs to happen. And this is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm calling on all fans group and fans involved in the organization in previous protests, specifically We Are the Shed, to outline their plans either publicly or privately for a gathering at Stamford Bridge so the fans can have their voice heard. Alternatively, a process is on the way to being organized by a big Chelsea account, and they hope to align times with the fan groups to create a big gathering. The big Chelsea account is the one and only our boy Matisse. A protest is being organized. I've reached out to supporters group to no avail, and we can't afford to stand around any longer. I'll be calling on all YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram communities to push this. A date and time will be confirmed on posters tomorrow morning. No to Ricketts. Guys, please make sure on Twitter, retweet that, comment on it, share it everywhere you can. We need this done. He is recovering from the illness, but test the day before the protest, and I pray I can be there. Nonetheless, you shouldn't have to wait any longer to voice your feelings on future of the club for the next 20 years. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, we need this protest done ASAP. That's the only way we can get our voice heard now, but I don't know. I don't know if we can stop this, ladies and gentlemen. The thing is, it's all predetermined. Bruce Buck wants it as well. At least we as fans, we've got to do what we can do. Look, as I said, they all want a piece of this. And you know, at the end of the day, it's a big transaction. What do you think the UK government's involved? I've been saying it. They want the money as well. Chelsea's not going to get any part of this 3 billion or whatever the case is. A lot of the people will eat all this money. That's why they want the Ricketts, because it's cash. Ken Griffin has cash. And money buys everything, man. Money buys everything, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I'll make sure I'll bring up the latest updates as this develops more. Take care, guys.